the goal not marriage? Why is the goal, let me have a baby by him? Let me have a baby by him.
Because bitch is dumb.
Yeah.
No, because the baby by him is because they want to be connected to the forever.
The baby by him is because y'all can't stop saying, come at me.
I know neither woman could.
When the nigga say I'm about to come.
Oh, the story be when you
not
say,
me. I'ma tell you. Come at me, nigga. Come. Hell yeah. Fill me up, nigga. Fill me up.
I can't do this.
There's really something. There's something about it.
The nigga G. I think he's going. I think that's the G got jeans on. Niggas sweating.
I can't do this.
I thought we
I had to stop saying come at me and say come for me, and it's still.
Hold on,
that don't listen.
Yo, come on, stop. Y'all gotta stop. Like, y'all got it.
Hold on, let me tell you something.
I'm about this.
So it's better. Wait, is worse better? Is worse better?
Four is overstimulated.
Yo,
is
if you bust right there. If you say come for me.
Skate.
Skate.
Your plan is backwards.
Oh shit. Why is?
All right, look, check this out. Without being too explicit and without going into too great of a detail, bruh, every grown man that was putting that thing down didn't heard a woman say this before. But the difference is a lot of y'all didn't fall for it. God damn it, y'all was smart, intelligent about it. Then there's others. They gonna do it every single time. They gonna do the club up, man. You know how that go. I believe this, man. I've heard plenty of women say, man, dude was like, I'm gonna get you pregnant. And then she pop up pregnant a couple of months later. Not even then, but months later. And I'm like, damn, he warned you he was gonna get you pregnant. And you still was. Women like getting cream pied. It is what it is. Y'all all love it just as much as men love to cream pie you. But that cream pie can cost you a whole lot of agony, turmoil, and distress, and trauma, and you name it. Is it worth it?
Celibate this year. I just got off celibacy this year.
What?
Yeah, I'm out here chilling, bro.
How long?
It was supposed to be 90 days, but I did 45 because I went to some shit happened. And then it was my first time celibacy, you know what I'm saying? So some shit happened. And, you know, I repented for 7 days, then I caught a relapse again, and then no, it's hard, nigga.
So you didn't do it?
I did it, but I just had like 3 relapses, you know what I'm saying? It was like 3 relapses.
But was it full celibacy, like you weren't even watching porn or nothing? It was just...
Nah, I think I slapped one off. Went celibate.
You know, there's this book called Think and Grow Rich written by Napoleon Hill, and there's this chapter called Sexual Transmutation. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because of this. They say that once a man hits a certain age and he's no longer hyper-focused on trying to chase ass and stuff like that, then he has the power to switch focus on being more productive. And it's not uncommon that a lot of men who are like 40, 50 become great men later in life because the beginning of their life, they were more focused on women. The latter end of their life, they were focused on productivity. So with that being said, I ain't knocking no man that want to withhold from having sexual encounters with women, especially if you think it's going to get you closer to your purpose. Straight like that. That's why I put this clip in there.
I think that all men that have a side chick are bad. I think that some men get side chicks to survive. Don't you know that some marriages are miserable and people stay married because they're more realistically trying to do the right thing? They feel like if they get a divorce, they feel like if they get a divorce, everything fails. Don't you know that? So some say, you know what? I'm gonna get a side chick. I'm gonna make this thing work. I'm gonna live life happy. And people don't want to believe me when I say this, but some side chicks save lives. They save marriages.
All right, y'all. At this moment.
Hey.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a tough sell for a lot of women right here, man. You gotta be top G. You know how they say it and everything like that. You gotta be super player for to pull this off. And at the end of the day, what he's saying has some legitimacy to it, but at the same time, let's just be real, bro. We live in a real world. Emotional people are going to behave emotionally. So with that being said, you bring this up to your girl, it ain't going to go the way you want it to go 9 times out of 10. Some men can get away with it. Most cannot. Women look at men like objects and possessions just as much as we look at them like that, bro. No woman wants to see and openly know that her man is clapping another woman's cheeks, man. They not going to go for it, bro. And you don't want to hear about no man clapping your girl cheeks, man. They feel the same way, bro.
Not the men all the time. I hate to say it, but it's not. And women, we lack accountability where relationship is concerned because we argue based off of how we feel. Or I feel like niggas sitting up here telling us real logic. Listen, this is black, this is white. And you sitting up there telling a nigga how you feel. Well, I don't feel like that. I feel like it's gray because when you look at it from this way and this way, you're trying to create all these different scenarios to justify you being right. How you feel, to justify your feelings. You feel invalidated, insignificant when you're not right, when you're not in control, when it's a disagreement. You can't handle any type of disagreement, being told no, any type of rejection. You know, you become passive aggressive, angry, you shut down, don't talk for days. All of that is manipulative.
Thank you, Lord. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. She made me want to put my real New Orleans accent on, man. She got that heavy New Orleans accent, too. Everything she just said is all facts. Women definitely get a lot more into their emotions than men do. We tend to be more logical and grounded in our thinking. When we try to bring up the stats, the data, the cons, the pros, what actually happened, and the translation fails to happen because women are thinking emotionally oftentimes. Now, I'm not saying that the emotions aren't valid. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is this. That's what a disconnect is.
Got a little leak of it when I was fucking with Allen Iverson. I hope I ain't telling too much. I used to wake up and pick his clothes out and cook breakfast and jack his off when he woke up in the morning. You know, the things he liked to just make sure he was happy.
I ain't never had that ever happen to me. I'm trying to see what that be like right there. Look, be that time.
I mean, you got
Allen Iverson had the brat, who is a very masculine woman who is also into women behaving in her feminine. You know, an argument can be made that it was conditional femininity, which it probably was. But a woman will jump on a man's program if she likes him enough. Straight up, Iverson was him, and he was able to get her to act in a feminine way. Think about that. That's the type of power he had over her.
What are you?
31.
And your ex-husband did what?
He's a doctor. He's a psychiatrist.
And how long ago were you married?
Up until 3 years ago.
Okay, great. Why'd y'all divorce?
My husband got sick with cancer, and that changed him, and it changed the dynamics of our marriage.
Is he in remission?
Yes, he is.
And who filed for divorce?
I did.
Why?
He became mentally, emotionally, and financially abusive.
So for everybody at home, she was 18, married to a 53-year-old. And he took care of you just fine up until he got sick.
Correct.
And then when he was fighting for his life, you became a snowflake. Did you have to work when you were married?
No, but I chose
No, you didn't have to. No. You chose. But you didn't pay no real bills. You didn't have no skills. Knock it out. I'm gonna be honest, ma'am. This is a whole mess. Better go back to your husband. That's all you got. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
How much do you weigh?
180.
Goodbye.
You know, that's crazy to me, man. She had a doctor. She was married to him. And for whatever reason, she felt the need to divorce the dude. Where does a man who is the equivalent to that exist? Because that's like a man who is obviously not the most attractive person in the world. He's not the fittest. He's not the wealthiest. And he some kind of way lands a girl who's a 10. Bro, there's no way he's leaving her. There's no way he's leaving her. He knows that his chances of finding another woman like that is slim to none. But women walk around like that as if they can replace the man that they're with currently at the drop of a dime. That is the most delusional ideology you can have.
And all them bills, he can't say nothing, okay? Nothing, because he's just a roommate, okay? So you as a woman, if you're married, single, whatever, if your man is not paying every bill in that house, do whatever you want, okay? He don't run nothing up in there. Okay, just so you know, unless he's paying every single bill and every one of your bills, he doesn't run anything. Stop caring so much. If he doesn't like you wearing a certain thing, put that thing on and walk out. If he doesn't like you wearing weave and makeup, put the weave and makeup on and walk out. If he don't like you getting nails done this long or with like red nail polish on it, get your nails red and long. If he doesn't like you wearing certain types of clothing or shoes, put them on and walk around and like you don't run nothing over here, okay? I don't like when you do A, B, C, and D.
You know, this is horrible advice. This is why a lot of women are going to get eaten by cats when they're 80 years old, because nobody's going to be there to help them. And when they finally kick the can, nobody's going to notice. So they're just going to be in the house alone with cats. And like in that video I showed y'all last week, cats start at the nose, then they work their way around the head, and they ain't gonna starve. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep on listening to her.
Weirdest thing that someone has ever asked me to do was to collect cream, like body fluid, dehydrate it, make it like a powder, and send it to them in a vial so they can snort it. What? For $5,000.
Yo.
I know.
Okay, 5Gs though.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Where's?
Yeah, that was absolutely gross. A lot of women today have no sense of reticence, man. No sense of being reserved, humble, soft-spoken. Nah, let's just put it all out there for the world to see.
You asked me what's the most terrifying, difficult emotion that we experience as humans.
Yes.
I would say joy. How many of you have ever sat up and said, wow, work's going good, good relationship with my partner?
Yeah.
Parents seem to be doing okay?
Uh-huh.
Holy crap. Something
What's
bad's gonna
happen? Yes.
Right, so what is that? You know what that is?
What is that?
When we lose our tolerance for vulnerability, joy becomes foreboding. I'm not gonna soften into this moment of joy because
I'm scared.
I'm scared it's gonna be taken away. The other shoe's gonna drop. I interviewed a man who told me, my whole life, I never got too excited, too joyful about anything. I just kind of stayed right in the middle. That way, if things didn't work out, I wasn't devastated. And if they did work out, it was a pleasant surprise. In his 60s, he was in a car accident. His wife of 40 years was killed.
Wow.
And he said, the second I realized that she was gone, the first thing I thought was, I should have leaned harder into those moments of joy. Because that did not protect me from what I feel right now. We're trying to dress rehearse tragedy so we can beat vulnerability to the punch.
Guys, a lot of y'all are probably just like me. I've dealt with my fair share of grief, loss from family members being slain in the streets by gun violence, from family members that I hold near and dear to my heart being in accidents, people doing things that are self-detrimental as far as using drugs, committing crimes and being locked away and taken away from the family. I've experienced it all. And, you know, it's hard to get comfortable when you are in a good place because so many things have happened to you in your life. You never want to be too happy because you know it could all come to a screeching halt. But that's really not a healthy way to live, man. And I really had to take inventory within myself because I definitely struggle with that, man. And if I'm struggling with it, I know a lot of other people struggle with that, man. But at the same time, what this woman said was he didn't feel no better. So, man, at the end of the day, live your life, bro. Straight up. Live it, goddammit. People trying to tiptoe through life and arrive safely at death. It don't work that way. Have fun while you here.
Girls pop their balloons to reject the guy.
Why did you pop your balloon for, Stefano?
He needs some milk.
Sorry.
Is it what? Is it because of the AF1s and?
They just mash up. I'm sorry.
Nah, this was valid, man. Them G-Nikes, them GD Weedies, those G-Fazos, those Air Force Ones, they was not what's up. I'm used to seeing white guys and white women wear shoes like that. And you know, every time I see a black person with those shoes here in America, here in the States, I already know culturally who they subscribe to. I know they're not one of us per se. You know, they might be from Malibu, Beverly Hills, some Lakeview if you're in New Orleans, but they ain't grow up where we grew up. Wearing them dirty shoes like that? No. And they have the money to get new shoes. Nah, that's not one of us. We like to be fresh. You know, a staple in the black community is dressing well, being fresh, having on nice clothes, portraying a particular image. So for black people to wear dirty Air Force Ones, it lets me know that they don't subscribe to black culture.
I want to get paid the same as a man, and I think you understand that. So, if you become president, will a woman make the same as a man? And do I get to choose what I do with my body?
You're gonna make the same if you do as good a job.
I want to get paid.
Hey, hate him or love him, man. He told her like it is. If you do as good of a job, you can get that money. You gotta compete.
Am I a whore? I don't give a fuck.
I feel like the lines are being blurred regarding what men want from women in long-term relationships. I'm 6'3", 220 pounds, working class guy, fairly attractive. I ain't never really had no issues with getting women ever since I was 15 years old. I've had my fair share of hood rats and bad ones. But we need to stop listening to the narrative of some of these celebrities and some of these influencers and entertainers who didn't get no attention or no women till they got some money and fame. Their opinion don't matter. I represent the working class. This is what we're looking for. If I die before you, can I trust you to distribute the wealth wisely? Can I have fun around you? Can we laugh together? Can I keep my same routine I had before I met you, or are you going to be a distraction? Are you God-fearing? What's the last book you read? I don't want to be with nobody who thinks that their beauty is a currency. That will fade. Will you embarrass me publicly for fame? Keke Palmer is not a wife. And have we forgotten that Usher has been out here giving herpes to men and women for the last 20 years?
Nah, man, everything dude just said is facts, man. You know, you get your woman, she got to be on your program. She got to be able to allow you to continue running your program so that you can continue getting the results that you've been getting before you met her. You need to be able to maintain your level of lifestyle, this, that, and the third. You have to find a woman who's going to agree with that. This is regular people stuff. You know what I'm saying? All of that influencer and rapper stuff, man, it's not real life. For the working man, everything he just said is facts. Now, he does have a slight advantage. He's 6'3". You know, if you're tall, a woman will just shoot they shot at you. Bro, I got tall partners, and I've literally seen women holler at them just off the strength of them being tall. I swear to God, I'm not lying, bro.
There is nothing about a man's height that is going to make him a better husband, father, love you better, show up for you, support you, pour into your cup.
What about size, Allison? What about size?
Right? So that height, I get it. It's primal. It's like if he's tall, if he's fit, if he's big, I feel protected. But do you know how many useless is tall and big, and they will not protect you? They will not. They're not going to protect your heart, your spirit, your mind, your family, your womb. We need to be more mindful of making better choices about human beings and how they show up for you in your life, and not how they show up on a runway or walking down the street.
It's Jalen Carter, the D tackle from Georgia, just won a national championship with the Bulldogs. Big guy, 6'3", 3.
Nasty bitch.
Calling me, we're broken up. What am I supposed to think from that if now you're calling me wondering where I'm at when you did the breaking up?
Okay, so I feel like if we're in a long-term, loving, committed relationship and we break up, the first thing you do shouldn't be to run to the arms of another woman. If your heart is with me and you respect me, at least give me the courtesy of giving it some time, because if we break up, you're right. Can we work through it? Will we get back together?
Nah, you don't get to dictate how a person, once freed from the bondage of a relationship, gets to behave. You don't get to choose that. If you break up with that man today and he go fall in some Virginia, cross that state line like he's supposed to, you can't get mad at that. You the one who released him to the streets. He was in your domicile at first, but now he's in them streets. And when he's in the streets, he could do whatever he wants to do. You don't get to have a say in that. If you don't want this man out there philandering around with these women, don't break up with him. How about that? How's that sound?
Like, that's why I liked him. Because it wasn't so serious. It was just like, the first time I met him, he put me in a headlock and he was like, when you gonna let me fuck? I was like,
twin bitches, twin bitches, twin bitches hopping up a jet ski.
Kicked him in the nuts. My dad spanked me. I'm like, what did I do wrong? And he was like, you never put your hands on a man first, because I love you, but I can't tell you another man won't beat the out of you. You know what I mean? And I feel like that was real, because a lot of women don't learn that, you know. But my dad always kept the rule with me. I never put my hands on a man first.
You know, I got 2 daughters, man, and I recently had a talk like this with my oldest daughter. She started middle school, and middle school is one of those weird transitional phases for women, for girls and everything like that. And I have a pretty good pulse on my girl's personality type. She's very meek and mild, very feminine, much like her mother. And I can't really picture no boy having a legitimate reason to hit my daughter. But on the off chance, I had to have a conversation conversation with her. I said, listen, don't you ever put your hands on no man. Don't get all up in no man's face, because one thing that I've proven to you already is that I'm willing to take shit really false. So if some little boy put his hands on you and it could have been avoided, I'ma really be mad at you. Right? She understood that. And I also had to really explain it to her. Family life in jeopardy. If I come out here and act irrationally because some little boy put his hands on you and it could have been avoided, then this is going to be on your hands, because I'm going to react the way I react. Straight like that. Some little boy touched my daughter. It ain't no stone I'm gonna leave unturned, bro. Like I'm not one of these people to turn the other cheek. I believe in revenge, goddammit. I promise you. And that's probably not the best way to feel. I seen her mama push her out. You see what I'm saying? Like I've been here every step of the way. So man, for some little boy to put his hand on my daughter, I just can't see me being logical at that point. Because I know my daughter. Now, my other daughter, on the other hand, she take more after me. She's a work in progress. I can see somebody, and I'm still going to cut up behind her. But I can see it. I can see it happening.
Would you marry outside of your culture?
Yeah, I mean, if we could relate. But, like, finding that is rare. But, yeah.
I mean, probably, like, not, like, too far. Like, we were all from Sudan. Like, I'd probably, like, stay in the East African region for the... No.
No, not at all? Strictly cities? May I ask why?
Tradition, I guess. I've seen how they are, like the Sudanese women, and that's something I'll be looking for.
Would you marry outside of your culture?
Yeah, I mean, if we could...
Yo, sometimes it's really that simple. It's really that easy. I can't even be mad at brother man. See, when the women from your part of the world are still traditional, are still feminine and submissive, then why would you seek love in other places? I really only hear about men seeking love in other places when they feel like they're not being respected, honored, and celebrated where they lay their head already. So they head out to find greener pastures. But this brother seems to have a very, very high viewpoint of the women that come from Sudan. And I can say this, I found myself on Sudan TikTok, and just saying, fellas, y'all might want to go over there. You fed me.